All righty, here we go. We're back.
Are we live?
Woo. We are live. Yep.
We're live?
We're here.
We're here.
Howdy, everybody. We're on the right camera. I'm the Brandt.
I'm Larry.
Welcome to Step Into the Portal, where we're playing games live from the Portal, our FLGS in Manchester, Connecticut. If you like what we're playing here, all the games, please like and subscribe to the video. Share it with other people because we're really trying to grow the channel and find the games that you want us to play. We're not always pulling in the brand new hotness, so we want to know what games we can go back and play for people as well. Yep. Although today, we are playing brand new hotness of Cubitos from AEG. AEG probably most notably makes Smash Up. That's probably one of their bigger games in terms of all that. And Love Letter is another big one that people play.
Captain's Dead, that used to be popular?
No.
No?
I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
What else did they do?
I wouldn't say it's as big as that. I mean, Space
Veil?
And Mystic Veil would be their other ones.
Space, Mystic Veil. What about the big one?
Edge of Darkness.
Edge of Darkness.
Yeah, I would still say
Thunderstone Quest.
You're gonna see Love Letter at like any store on an cat, right? So those kind of
AEG always
they're a
makes
great company.
games.
Yeah, they do a great job. So yeah, Cubitos is a game from John D. Clare, who made some of those games we were just talking about, Mystic Veil, Space Base. He's like a darling of AEG right now.
I'll tell you, one of the things I love about this game, other than the presentation, which people can see in a second when we go down the board, though, is the replayability. You know, there's 8 different types of dice, and each of those dice has, 6 different cards?
Mm-hmm.
So 8 times 6, I mean,
right.
every
48
game.
different setups.
Well,
and 4 different boards.
4 different boards, right. So, but, you know, you're the math teacher. How many
200 different setups.
No, it's got to be more than that.
Because...
because this one and then all of those different every time. It's like got to be in the tens of thousands.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It'd be 6 to the 8th power. 8 to the 6th power, right?
Plus 4 boards.
Yeah. Well, times 4 then in the end.
Yeah. So what's 8 to the 6th power, Brandt?
I mean, I know that 8 cubed is, I don't even know what that is. I'll tell you, 512, I want to say. So.
I'm curious now. I know people at home probably don't.
512. You going to do it?
Yeah.
So that's only cubed, so then you got to go 8 to the 6th.
Well, that's what I was going to say, 8 to the 6th. So 8 to the 6th is 8 times 8 times 8 times 8, right?
Yeah.
Times 8 times 8 times 8.
Okay, times 4.
Times 4.
So 8 million combinations.
8,388,000.
Unless you did one too many 8s, I couldn't tell, but I don't think so.
I don't think so, because that sounds about right.
8.4 million combinations the way it's playing. Now, granted, that is same board, swap out 1 card. That's not super exciting.
Right, no, of course.
But if you can get 10, 12 plays out of this.
Right. Well, and in the rule book, how many different setups do they suggest?
I want to say 8 plus 4, and then they have more on their website, so they have about 12. Right. They've got 7 and 3. They've got 10 here. Create your own, and then go to our website for more that people have chosen. So,
right.
Yeah, I think changing the board is a very simple way to do that.
But that's a cool part to me. Like the big cheese we have out here right now for our yellow die, and maybe you play a game with it and you go, I really didn't like that die. Let me swap that out for a different effect for the yellow die.
So let's go down to the table and check this out. So first thing you'll notice is the presentation. So you've got these cubes or dice that are in these little towers, which actually store all the dice, and then you can just put these right in the box, which is kind of nice.
And what's also nice about these is the box shows you the faces of the dice.
Yeah, so you can see what I'm in the little camera in your corner, not going up to the top. Actually, I guess I could do it like this.
Right.
So the face on them shows you what the different faces are. And then these cards tell you. So we've got the cards in order of what's over here with all of our dice.
And they also tell you the face as well as the ability and the cost.
Yep. So this is a racing game. So I am the blue elephant. Larry is the yellow lion. We then have our fan track over here, which often is kind of a, if things didn't go so well.
Consolatory.
Yeah. Although we're playing one called Too Much Fans or something. So much
right,
fans.
Well,
so it's going to focus on things that give you
fans.
Fans.
So.
Yeah, so basically it's a dice rolling game that we play simultaneously. Oh, I'm missing a die now.
Oh, when you drop them?
Yeah.
You want to find it, or you want me to just give you one out of the box?
Give me one out of the box for now. Did it
come I see
the rail?
It's over here.
Okay.
No big deal. We'll get it later.
So it's a dice rolling game that plays simultaneous. I'll try to talk through my turns. Larry can play his. But essentially, there's a roll phase where you're going to roll the dice, and there's a way to select dice, and then there's a run phase where you move. And everything can be done simultaneously because even in the run phase, you can end up in the same space.
Right. And what I like about it is...
It plays pretty quick. The goal, sorry, I'll get to you in 1 second. The goal is to get from the start space, which is here, and run all the way around. You can see you can't cross here. Get to the finish. First person at the finish wins.
Yep. And what I think is interesting is you roll, right now our max is to roll 9 at a time. Any that show symbols move to your active, and you can keep re-rolling. However, once you have 3 symbols showing, and you re-roll and get no symbols, you bust. And that's the consolation of the fans. When that happens, you move up a fan.
Yep.
And as you move up more fans, you get more abilities
more
as you
dice
go.
you can use.
Also, an interesting catch-up mechanism in this game is there's some red lines that might be hard for people to see at home, but every red line behind any player is, they roll an extra die per red line as a catch-up mechanism. So again,
it works just like the rat tails in Quacks of Quedlinburg.
Yep.
So we have some movement effects and other things. I keep cutting you off. I apologize.
Yeah, and I was going to say most of the dice only have, well, these only have one or two
faces,
sides.
Yeah.
Those have 2 or 3, except for the purple, which has 1, but it's powerful, at least usually.
Yeah, so there's some spaces that if we land on them, if we finish our turn on there, we get different effects, like just get rid of a die, so it kind of culls in terms of all that. There's some movement effects. We can actually pay money to move across those spaces. That's interesting. How do you get 8 money right off the rip?
And then what is this?
Intriguing. And then these ones increase your fans and lose dice. And then I don't actually know what this space. Oh, if you have 7 movement, you can teleport across that.
Wow, that's impressive.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's gaining you about 3 or 4 spaces, right?
Yeah, I've noticed in the other game I played that anything that lets you teleport doesn't save you 20 spaces or 15 spaces. It's 3, 4, 5. It's nothing unreasonable. This is interesting. I might try this off the bat.
How do you get 8 money?
I think you just keep you fail fans a couple of
and then you
times,
get the dice roll.
And then you get money on this, right?
All right, so the first thing we do is we're going to take...
Oh, sorry. The first player die. You want to mention that? The rule on this?
This is the first player die.
You want to explain?
The first player gets this die free.
Right.
But it does count against your roll over here.
Okay, it does. Okay.
I think so. It doesn't say that it doesn't.
Okay, Mike and I were playing it as it was like a free die, didn't count for anything, but that's fine.
It says that it doesn't count towards your limit. It says the start player, an extra die you roll when you're start player, it does not count towards the total amount of dice you roll that round. That's it. So I think it still counts towards being a die.
So I can roll?
Yeah, so what you're going to do, the first thing you do is you're going to draw. So you're going to take from your draw pile, you're going to take 9 dice. If, let's just say I was in the boat like this, which is kind of weird, I would have to take these 5 first, then I reset all my dice, and then I can pick what I want if I have more than 9 dice. Then it's showing you to roll above your board, so I'm going to try to roll above, and then you can go ahead and take your turn. And then I roll. Any symbols I get go here. So basically I'm going to get movement, and I'm going to get money. Money is temporary in this game.
So now I rolled and got 2 symbols, so I have a free
as long as you have
without busting.
Less than 3 symbols, you can just re-roll. And that is a push. I didn't get any. This game's going well. So then now I've got that. So I could re-roll. If I fail, these dice will go away. I can get rid of any of these dice, and I'll move up 1 on the fan track. The first one does nothing, but as I go on, I get these coins. I think we were calling them bucks, just because we were saying these are coins and those are bucks. Because you can hold on to those. You can't hold on to these. And you can actually increase the number of dice that you have to roll.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold because I have 5 money available, which I am going to be excited to buy Mr. Bats on my turn.
Yep. So then the last...
So these stay. I just wanted to show these stay in my roll now. They don't go back to draw. They just stay here. Correct?
I thought they went back to draw. But either way, it's kind of the same effect.
Because you have to bring them over before anything else, is my understanding. No, I thought they stayed in roll because I thought there were certain active dice, at least in the game I played, that affected dice in your roll pool.
Okay. leave any misses in your roll zone. You are correct. So I was doing that wrong.
Because there are some dice that affect, let you re-roll again a die.
Oh, okay.
In the game I played, one of the things I had was roll 2 dice twice.
Yeah.
From your roll zone. So.
Okay, so they stay here. So then these are our active dice. So I've got 3. So then we would flip to say we're on the run phase, which we may forget as the game goes on. So then you'd use any ability. So all these have a face. Like if I roll that one's face, I get to do whatever it says. Then you can resolve I think this is the only one that you compete over. So you would compete over who has more of those dice. The start die breaks the tie. And then you determine your coins and your movement, and you move, and you can spend 4 coins to move an additional space.
Yep.
So I'm going to move 1 space. Technically, Larry should move, then I should move, but it doesn't matter because even finish, you complete the round. So we can just go at the same time. So I'm going to come here for 1, and then I've got 2 coins, and I can buy a rich dog.
Can you give me an orange die? I'm going to buy a Mr. Bats for my 5 coins.
Yep. You discard all of your dice that you use or that were active. Pass the first player die.
Come over.
And then go back to the roll phase, and that's it. It's like lightning fast.
And because we bought a die, I have 1 gray left in my draw.
Yep, and I get these, and this stays in my draw, which is why you try to roll elsewhere. I'm going to try to put this
like that.
Here.
I am going to roll again, even though I could bust on this.
And I get a
roll
free
again,
roll.
even though I could bust on this. I really want 4. And I busted.
So Larry's going to move all of his active dice to his discard. He can discard any of these dice he wants to. And then he moves up 1 on the fan track. So it's not terrible because the rounds are so short. You don't miss out on a lot. Is there something that costs 3? These are all pretty expensive.
They're 2, and that's why I kept rolling because I was at 3 money in 1 movement.
Gotcha.
Which did not seem worth it.
So I will buy another rich dog. Next round.
What I don't like about those, because we had that in the other one, was like you lose it. Not optional when you use it.
Yep. Well, it has a side where you don't lose it. It has a side that's 3.
I thought you
lose it. It has
lose
a side where you gain 3 and you lose it.
We were doing it
dog
where you
face,
always
lose
lost it.
The other side, you don't lose it.
Okay, we did that wrong.
That's okay. I did the other thing wrong. So, but yeah, you can see the game's pretty fast. It's pretty simultaneous. Even I played this with my wife and daughter, and it was pretty quick in terms of. So yeah, I rolled this dog face, which is going to go away. But again, it's kind of nice because then it's like a temporary boost. So that's going to give me 5. So I'm just going to sit on that.
Yeah, I'm going to sit on mine too.
All right, I have no movement, so this
have
dog
1 movement if you want to move me.
Gives me 3 coins, and then it goes away. And I can buy a Mr. Bats.
I'm going to just sniff your tail.
Asking me to get fans. I see how that works. If you bust, I'll try this one. Punk fruit. Good?
I'm going to take the white die. Catastrophe.
And dice you buy go in your discard pile. So now I've got 6, 7, 8. I reset 9. You're basically going to leave these light gray dice anytime you can, and I get that one. So yeah, we're not really flipping this because we're playing so quick, but with a bunch of people, it helps to know.
We could just do it like this, and they could see both sides.
I think with more players, if you wanted to play this with 4 or 5 players, it's helpful to know where everybody is and kind of pause. Otherwise, there's that. Okay. Play your green and gray. If you busted this round, use this, then roll up to 9 different colored dice in your draw and roll zones. Oh, interesting.
I have 5 dice showing. Do I want to risk a bust?
Lose all those.
I kind of don't mind busting here.
This one.
Do I have 3 monies or anything I can buy for 3 money? Guess I can buy a rich dog.
Wow.
I'm going to try to get the 4 money. Because I want to get... I got it. I didn't bust. All right.
Well, you kind of want to bust with that one, right? Because then it starts to give you half.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
Well,
it
it's
gives you
half
2
rounded
money,
up,
so
so
until,
it's
you
giving
get
me
to a
1
bunch.
right now. Yeah.
Right, well, it'll give you 2 as well, so it's not bad. All right, I did a bunch here, so this one's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's pretty awesome.
I'm going to actually spend the 2 money on a brown, and I'm going to take the other one for a income. You still spend these, but they do give you, and I have 2 movement.
Oh, and you can buy 2 dice. They have to be different colors.
1, 2. So I have to take those, and I have to move these 2 over.
Yep.
Then these come over, so I have 5 of the crappy die, and I have 4 good die, and I have the first player die.
So it's slow to run at first, but then it gets quicker usually.
I busted. Do all the dice go into my discard when I bust, or I get to choose what I want to put
All
in
your
my discard?
active dice go into your discard,
Okay.
and then you could choose with the other ones what you want to discard.
That's fine, but now I go here, and I get another.
All right, so this one is going to give me a movement. And then this one lets me roll all the dice in my roll zone twice and gives me 2 coins. So I've got 3 coins, and I get to roll these twice. Nice.
Wow.
So now I've got 6, 5, 7, because I get the 2 there. So now I can buy with 7, huh? We got weird numbers here. I'd love to have 8 and buy that one. So I guess I'll buy a Mr. Bats. I'm just going to buy another Rich Dog. That's how I roll. Yo.
You get this.
All right, 3. Back over here and pick. That one was super good. Yeah, we're just stacked. Like, you can just run like that. There's also some terrain, but yellow and green don't do anything different with other things. It is funny when you talk out your turn, it feels like it's so much slower. Oh, that would be me risking a bust, huh? I'm going to go for it. Ah, busted. Sorry for reaching in front of you there.
No, you're fine.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that because I had the blue, which means I just get free rerolls. Gotta remember that.
Right, so I'm going to wind up losing this dog, but that's 3 money. I'm going to use this as 2 money. That's 5, and 4 is 9 money. So I can get a big cheese, which I think I'm going to get at this point. Can I have a yellow die, please? Mm-hmm. And then I have 2 movement. I'm going to move on the cull and then onto the yellow, which lets me get rid of a die. We'll put our cull die over there for now.
Yep.
And you just pass this over to me, the first player?
Yep. All right, so I go to 7.
Gone.
8, 9, and it looks like I get an extra die because you crossed that red line.
Yes.
So I get 10 dice. I mean, it sounds funny, but it's like the odds of rolling 1 more die. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, later on
so
in the game, it could matter more when you have
3
more,
or 4, yeah.
Or when you have the bad dice culled, you know?
Woo!
I'm good.
All right. So then this guy gives 2 or half equal to fans. I'll take 2 there. This one's also 2.
I get $1.
Move, and then this one lets me roll twice. 3, 6, 10, 13.
You can't move through water, correct?
Right.
So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4, 13. And I can move 1 and call a die. Give me 1 extra. All right.
I didn't roll a single symbol. I rolled 4 symbols.
It's funny now, it's kind of quiet. Playing here. Oh, I didn't get the one that lets me roll extra, so let me go for it. Oof, that was a good extra roll.
All right, so I start doing my abilities. My white cat lets me gain a die equal to my fans. Then I have 3 money. I have a Mr. Bats, which gives me, I'm going to take this instead of 2 money because it lasts. And then I need another one of you and I'm good. No, yellow lets me move 1 space.
Take a rich jog and a big cheese.
There. So you're still going to have an extra die.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 4. I'm going to save these for now. Actually, I'm going to save all my special dice and I'm just going to roll 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'll roll the brown. I'm going for a bust here. I want to increase my fans. Do I get...
I didn't roll that last round. Was I supposed to?
Yeah.
Okay. I never rolled it, so it just goes back to you then.
Oh.
I didn't realize you put it here and I didn't see it.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not really your fault. So I thought maybe you had given it to me this round, but then I saw it. Yeah, it's weird to bust though. Like it's okay. It feels like an okay consolation, but
What's this give you?
this one gives you a die of value 4 or less. I didn't think to put these in like numerical order. So you could gain any one of these 3 dice. And you can't step in the water, so it's interesting they put the...
Well, there is 2 different dice. I'm going to try to bust here.
Okay.
And I did not.
I'm sorry about that.
And now that I didn't, I'm not going to try again because now I have a lot of money. I have 2 movement. I'm going to go 1, 2, so I can cull another.
There are things that let us move in the water here?
Not here, but in the
in
game there
yeah,
are.
yeah.
I have 3, 5, 6, 7 money. I take a Mr. Bats and a Rich Dog, or do I use these to gain a... I think I'll take a Mr. Bats and a Rich Dog, because you are allowed to buy 2 dice if they're different color. And I already moved my 2. 2, 3, 4, 7. I'm gonna just back to you there.
All right, now I see it. All right. You're still ahead of me by 1, so I get 6 plus 4 plus this one. Yeah, so this is the game. You can see we're kind of quiet here now that we're into it and trying to figure things out, but you're buying all these dice, trying to get your special abilities to trigger, working your way through. The decisions are small, but they're meaningful.
Trying to bust. Please bust. I did not bust. I'm gonna try to bust again.
But yeah,
I
overall,
busted.
pretty fun game.
Yay. I can move any of these over that I want. And guess what? I gain a money and an extra die roll size.
Nice. All right, so I get
Now
to
that I
reroll all
have
these
5
dice
of these,
twice.
I'm going to trade this in for 5.
I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
You're just Mr. Money over there, aren't you?
Yeah. I'll take another one of these guys and a rich dog. Oh no, I'll take a big cheese actually. Big cheese and a rich dog. And then I move forward a space. And what is this one? You busted this round. I can use it and then roll 9 dice in my draw and roll zones. So that's interesting. So once I get a lot of colored dice, I can use this one to
Punk
trigger.
fruit could be crazy, yeah.
All
Good.
right, this is coming back to you. Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jeez.
I still want to try to bust again. I think so. Did not bust. I'm going to try to bust one more time. Oh, do I want to try to bust one more time? Yes, I do want to try to bust one more time. That did not bust. But I gained enough money. He's 3, 5, 8, 9, 14. Yeah, I will not roll again. Oh, man. 2 movement. 1, 2. I have 2 Mr. Bats, which is 4 money. I have the 10 money. I have 13 money. I'm going to spend my 5 and go down to 4. The bucks. You call them bucks?
Yeah.
Can I have a purple die? And I lose the dog.
So yeah, these ones we can keep. That's what's happening here.
Can you give me purple, sir?
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. And you get this
So what can
die.
the purple do? Move 1 for each different color of active dice you have. Oh yeah, that's clutch. All right. So I went sideways. I don't know if I hurt myself, but 3, 6, 10, 11. Exactly what I need. Whew, there's some movement.
Mr. Bats.
I'm just gonna roll this one. Just keep it moving.
Jeez. You have to land on that space, correct?
Yes, you can't move over spaces. You have to stop on them.
But I don't have to use my full movement, correct?
No.
I'm going to try to bust. Of course not. I'm going to try to bust again now. I keep rolling movement, which I don't need. Oh my God, I still haven't busted. I'm going to try to bust again. Yay, I busted. Gained 2 money. 3 back. I busted.
All right.
Now, these come here.
4,
This
I got
goes
5
here.
movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 money. That would give me 6. 6 isn't great, but I'll spend 5 to get a Mr. Bats.
All right. And I get the cool die?
Yep.
All right. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you passed me.
Dad. Four. That brings me down to 9 dice again.
I busted again. Those get discarded. These stay here. I'm allowed to
That's going to give me 2 rerolls.
throw away any that I want. Bring you over. Bring you here.
And 3 movement. I'm going to spend 4 to get an additional movement to increase my fans.
Oof. I'm going to roll an extra die, huh?
And I also get a hand. And then I've got 2 coins left over. So I'll buy a rich dog.
Good.
Yep.
Here we go. Brandt took the lead, and I'm rolling an extra die because he's 1 red ahead of me.
7, 8, 9, 10. I got this done. Whew, it's tricky to track all this. Keep these down here, I think. All right, here we go. I bust. I can keep these and then re-roll. 9 dice, huh? Bust.
Oops.
And this gives me 2 re-rolls. Whoa! All right.
2 money.
I got 1 movement to go there. Increase my phase. Lose a die. 2. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14.
I go there and gain a fan. 3 of those.
So, oh no, it's tough. Yeah, let's take a purple.
I'm going to spend 8. Let's say I got 2 money there, so I'm going to spend 6 of my bucks to get a blue die.
We are kind of quiet now. It feels like, oh, it's a high energy game, and then
Yeah,
it's like, well,
it's
it's got a lot
crazy.
of strategy.
Are you not? You're no longer a red ahead of me, correct?
Right.
So roll you and you. Six, 8, 10, 11 dice.
You got +2, huh? Oh, look at the fans. Roof on the fans. I'll just hold that and then take my doubles there. Oh, nothing. Oh,
What does the blue
nice.
do? Roll all of the dice in your roll zone twice.
Yeah.
That
After
seems
you're
good.
done rolling.
Yeah, I'm done rolling because I don't want to bust this. Gets me a gray. Oh, gets me a white and a brown.
So this one is feet for each different color of active die you have. 1, 2, so that's a 5. Unless I can move 6 spaces.
All right, so I move. I have 11 space move, so I'm going to go
What?
1, 2, 3, which spends 7 of my 3 to get here, and I'm just going to stay there, so
Oh
I
my
get
gosh,
both of those.
That's amazing.
So I'm going to get another fan for 3 money. That's that dragon, dude.
1, 2, 3. He's a 4 though?
No, it's every die that's a different color.
Oh, does it count these?
Yeah, my black, gray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
Well, there's things that say like colored dice, and that's different because the gray dice are not colored, but that says different color, so that's even different. Yeah, because I rolled it 2 and got 5 movement. I thought that was good.
I have 4 money. So I'm going to pick another. Actually, I'm going to.
So I'm just going to move here and then lose 2 dice.
4 money, and I'm going to spend this as 1, so that's 5. And then I'm going to spend 4 more of my bucks to get another big cheese because I really like these dice now. And I lose my dog, unfortunately, which loses a color for my dragon. These have to move over.
Take 2 coins.
6.
Now I can pay this one mid-movement, right? That's what you did here. That's a movement one, right? Same as this. So it's just a pay. They're just different symbols.
Yeah, I would think.
All right. All right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
But now I'm 1, 2 ropes behind you.
11 dice I'm rolling.
12.
And don't forget you have the first player die now.
Yeah. All right.
I forgot to call you.
Oh my gosh, I rolled 12 dice. Oh no, I got 2. I was like, I rolled 12 dice and got 1 thing. There we go. So these are 2 movement, 3 movement. Spend that
5,
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lose you and gain 2 of those. That's you and you. Oh, that's you and you, and then I have 2, 4, 6, 8. I'll spend 1 of these to get another big cheese.
Yeah, that's going to be the big difference. You have the cheeses and you have...
Yeah, I just decided to bust a bunch.
Yeah, I did to get to 4, and I had more big cheeses than you, but now you've just bought them post. I had 3 when you had 1. I was like, oh, this will work well, but now you're way ahead of me on there. Which I wonder if I should bust, at this point, but it's a lot of turns to waste. Like, you might finish by the time I get my bust up to that. Just 1 behind you. You got the first player thing, too.
All right.
Six, 19, 11.
Holy cow. I'm going to stay with that roll, but then I'm going to use my blue die to roll all of the dice in my active zone twice. I really like that blue one. If only it would make my big cheeses roll better. Oh, Brandt.
Nice.
That might put me to the finish line, actually.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Holy cow.
Because
each 2 purples?
Each big cheese is 3 move. That's 9. 10 move. And then the dragon...
Well, it was a great game while it lasted.
The dragon is... So I'm at 10 right now. The dragon's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 10 is 18.
He's 10?
No, he's 8. I have 10 movement right there.
Oh my gosh. Crushed me. And I rolled my dragon. He's a 7 movement, but 8, 9, 10, 11 is all I have.
Oh, that's still, I mean, that's...
Yeah.
And what is this? I can gain any die equal to or lower than 7. So I'll gain a Mr. Bats.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'll gain another one of these orange. The orange gives me 2, 3,
6, 7,
4,
8, 9, 10.
6.
Big cheese, no brainer. Did you get in or no?
I don't know. I haven't done it yet. So 18 move. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16. Yep. Sorry.
Ridiculous.
I should have counted that out before looking to buy other dice.
All right. Yeah, so then if it ended up being where both people got to the finish, you just come back around to the start and see how far you go. If you end up in a tie, you keep going. But I thought I had it because you were moving up more on there, and I was buying more of these.
But it's just these are so much better for me at 3. They're only 2 for you.
I mean, right, but like I said, I figured I have more of them, so I'd catch up with you. I guess my mistake was going here to get fans. Like I came around this side. Well, the biggest thing was that you did that warp.
Yeah, that was
like huge. The turn you got 11, and I only got 6, so I couldn't do that. So you cut that. I mean, I was still able to get here, and then
what was nice is that called and gave me a fan.
Yeah, that was crazy. So.
It's a hard balance of knowing, do you go sideways for some benefit, or do you just, because I stayed here for a while when I shouldn't have, thinking I would go here and get a 4 die but I was busting when I wasn't getting here, which was building this up. And the other thing about doing that, though, is it gives you more dice rolls too, and more money. I mean, that's 8 more money and a die roll.
Yeah, I don't know. I just figured if you were doing the thing where you're going to bust a lot, let me try to kind of get more money. Like I said, I was trying to buy these.
I also had a Cracker Jack roll on that last turn.
I wonder about these if they weren't really worth it. This one didn't seem worth it.
Yeah,
but it
no,
gave
I
me
never
another
bought
color.
the green.
And you got these early on. I wasn't sure why, but I guess you had a few fans at least.
Right.
So then you could grab the dogs from those. I guess.
Right. I was getting the dogs for free, and then
or
later,
they just have 2 movement.
Later in the day, but I moved a lot with these.
Yeah, that's where you got more movement.
And it's also half dice, so it's a safe.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, well, that's Cubitos. You could see how long was our stream? 40. What does that say? 40 minutes? 45 minutes? I can't see that.
40 minutes, and we did some talking in the beginning, and.
That's the game. I really enjoy it. And then you can switch up these cards so you can have different abilities. They tend to stay in the same price range. Like the purple tends to be the more expensive one.
Right. I think price range-wise,
of the
it
way
goes
the
purple,
dice...
yellow, blue.
Yeah.
Well, purple, yellow, red, and blue.
Which
orange,
I think makes
white.
sense because of the way the dice are. Like the purple, I guess if it's a 1 and 6, you could make it really cheap and have a bad ability. Right. But generally, they're trying to give you that.
Or really cheap and have a goodish.
And then there's 4 different boards here, which change up a little. This is like the initial side, so it's a little simpler in terms of it just has bonuses and a bunch to land on, and they're just a few spaces away. So you could get a lot of bonuses by riding the outside.
The other board I played didn't go. I thought it was straight. I thought the one I played you didn't have to wrap around. Like this one, you had to wrap around the track.
Gotcha.
I thought the one I played was just. Maybe I'm wrong. It was a
so
lot
yeah.
of
There's
water.
this board where you wrap back and forth, right?
Yes, this is the one I played.
So you wrap back and forth instead. Oh, it's very limited, but then you had things to run through the water?
Nope.
Oh, okay. And then this one has no water. I'm not sure what happens here.
Yeah, see, now if we play that other board...
Is this just more distance because you have to go further? I'm not sure what happens with this board.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But that gives you 4 boards. I mean, this game is easily expandable by adding 2 more colors of dice.
Said how many million?
All that. Yeah, 8.4 million, I guess. That's what we figured out.
3.4?
It was 8.4. I wasn't sure if you multiplied 1 too many 8s. I'd have to think about it in terms of that. But yeah, it was like 4,512 times 8 was 4,096.
Let me clear it. 8 times. Oop, that's a plus.
And then from there,
8 times 8 once.
It'd be 32,000, 240,000. I think it should be closer to 1 million,
4.
just under 1 million.
That's 5.
Yeah, 1 more would give you 240.
That's 6.
262,000 times 4 would be just over 1 million.
1 million,
yeah, that sounds more right.
576.
Yeah.
Still,
right. The difference between 8 million different ways to play a board game and 1 million ways to play a board game is negligible.
Because either way, you're
at
not
that
playing
point. But I was thinking, I was like, I don't know 8 to the 6 off the top of my head.
What's funny though is, especially younger people tend to use this expression. I've played that 1 million times.
Oh, right? Yeah. Good luck.
Which you really haven't, but you could, in theory, with this game, play 1 million times different. Though the differences are
like I said,
minor.
I mean, same set, flip the board. That's interesting to me.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Same set, same board, flip 1 card.
Right.
Not
but now,
interesting
for instance, playing this.
We should sell more cards, huh?
Right. I would get rid of Punk Fruit in this setup. Right. I just didn't think Punk Fruit was interesting.
Well, did you see what it does, though?
Yeah, I did.
When you bust, you keep your gray dice. Then your other dice go here. You can get rid of any gray dice that didn't roll, and you can re-roll all of your colored dice in your roll zone.
But I just didn't find it.
Be great for somebody who's way behind and has 15 dice, and they're all colored dice, and they want to trigger this, though.
Right.
There's a way to do it, but you might be too far behind at that point.
I'm curious, show the greens. Would there be a better green? Was there a green that dealt with this? Was definitely, they called this the fan one. If you push, you may first move this die to your roll zone before you roll.
Oh no, look there's 7 different, so our numbers just went off. Right? Because we had 6 of each, so it'd be 8 to the 7, so then it would be the 8 million.
Yeah, so it was that original
there you go.
one that I said.
These are all about busting. If you push, you can move this to your roll zone before you roll. Use this die, then the next time you push this round, you can't bust. So that would have been okay in terms of trying to go again here. Although this blue, really, this changed the game, and in the game I played, the blue was so good. Yeah. In the game I played, the blue let you gain any bonus that was within 2 spaces of you. It was way too good. Now you could take the regular path and gain the bonuses.
See, this one just to me is better for 2. If you were to bust, you may lose this die and not to bust.
Yeah, right. Just simpler.
So that's cool. This one's interesting because it doubles your combat, but neither one of us went for combat. Now, this
that
would have
one
been
was
good
weird.
for me
Oh my
because of where
gosh,
my
it would've given
fans
you
were.
7 movement,
But my
yeah.
issue with these is whenever you use it, you lose a red.
Right.
So you almost always have to have 2 red, and they cost 8.
You have to have 2 to beat everybody?
No, because when you have one, you lose one, right? So.
Right. But I mean, you got 7 movement out of it if you bought it late. This was better for you to buy late than this.
Yes, I didn't look at that.
Same for me.
And it
I
was,
got
and it
4
was
movement
cheaper.
out of it. Yeah,
And it was
right.
cheaper.
So, the
So we
later it
both
goes.
messed that up.
Yeah. And the tie is broken by first player.
Right.
So if we both throw 1, it would work well that way. So.
But yes, a lot of replayability. Very interesting.
So there it is.
I like it. It's a good game.
Pretty cool, and it would play pretty well. You'd see, like with kids, you'd be walking them through it a little bit more. I think the first map felt a little shorter because there weren't as many options to run through, so that's really where they're going. They give you some cards, I guess, that were a little easier. These ones weren't too bad, but they did have this ore, which I think could throw off things for families or whatever, but not families, just kids in general. It could be trickier whenever you give them like, oh, what do you want to roll? And then what do you want to do? You know, like you'll have kids that will just always push and always bust. And I'd be interested to see, like, for that kid, just, oh, I'm always going to push, and they just get their fans way up here. Is that beneficial to them, or would that be a pain in the butt? So it'd be interesting there. But all right, we're going to continue on our quest to play small games, although we need to feed ourselves. So we're going to take a little dinner break, and we will be back with...
I do want to say one thing.
Oh.
I am curious how much, other than breaking the ties, I am curious, especially if I played with 4 players or with kids, if I'd want to use this die. I don't know if this would get lost in translation with younger kids and with more than 2 players, right? This seems like, okay, back and forth, but with 4 and with young kids, I don't know. I mean, I guess they put it in for the tiebreaker. I don't know how necessary it is other than the tiebreaker, but...
Yeah, it gives you another die to roll, but... Cool. Game. Check out Cubitos. We have it here at our store. You can check it out at your local retailer or online retailer. Really fun game. That's it. That's it for us now. I'm the Brandt.
I'm Larry, and we hope you
step
into
the portal.
Oh, I thought we could go every other.
Sorry. Portal, step.
Take care, everybody.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you in a bit.